Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. This is going to be the Royal Rumble 2018 full show preview. This is honestly going to be a very good card that's going to be going down on the WWE Network on Sunday. WrestleMania, honestly, I don't know why I said WrestleMania. I apologize. The Royal Rumble is honestly one of my favorite pay-per-views that WWE does each and every year. In my mind, the Rumble adds fun and exciting. Everybody always says that the road to WrestleMania starts on Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania. But to me, the road to WrestleMania starts with the Royal Rumble. The winner goes to WrestleMania to fight for the championship. This year, there's a lot of added prestige to this year's Royal Rumble. For so many years, I'm guessing off the top of my head, close to 30 years now, we've been doing these Royal Rumbles, starting all the way back in the day with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They added more to it in 1992 when Ric Flair was able to win the Rumble and was awarded the WWF Championship. At that time, it was held up vacant by Jack Tunney because of what had happened between the Survivor Series and Tuesday in Texas between The Undertaker, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan at the time. And Rick won the championship. And then from there on out, in 1993 here in Sacramento, California, Yokozuna won the first Rumble. And from there, he went on to WrestleMania at WrestleMania 9 to face the then champion Bret Hart for the championship. And then it became the year in, year out tradition with everybody going to WrestleMania other than Steve Austin, who won the Rumble in, I believe, in 1997 and did not go. They ended up doing the Fatal 4-Way. That ended up being the year at WrestleMania. They did Austin versus Sid, they did Austin versus Bret, and they did Sid versus Undertaker for the titles. Then, of course, Vince McMahon would win I think he won in 2000. And then they would still do Austin versus Rock at WrestleMania because of then Commissioner Shawn Michaels. Every year since then, the guy has gone on to WrestleMania. The only year that they've had to do anything else is maybe for when Rey Mysterio won, they added Randy Orton to the match. And then also when Roman Reigns won the year of WrestleMania 31, they made him compete at Fastlane by putting the Royal Rumble win up against Daniel Bryan to try and get a little bit more fan base because everybody was booing Roman Reigns even back then. This year we're going to be getting the first ever women's Royal Rumble. This should be very, very fun. They are doing 30 women in the Rumble, and there's not 30 women in WWE. I think just like with the men, you're going to see a lot of people from NXT being involved in the Rumble. It won't be their official WWE debut, but it will be looked at as a sort of a big deal. We saw this with Ty Dillinger, and we saw this with Rusev, with them being in the Rumble even before their call-ups to the main roster, and they always fit in quite nice. There's going to be a lot of surprises, I think, more with the women's Rumble than there is with the men's. But even besides that, this year has a pretty stacked card. I can honestly tell you off the top of my head, the Universal Championship match, the 3-way between Brock, Braun, and Kane, I think is a little bit too easy to predict. And as of right now, I'm thinking that might be the one match on the show that I care the least about in my mind. The SmackDown Championship, it should be a very interesting storyline between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. This isn't booked as a 3-way. It's booked as a handicap match. They haven't really explained if Owens or Zayn pins AJ, who wins the championship. It might just be as easy as whoever gets the pinfall. Or maybe they're doing a deal where they're both going to be champion, a lot like they did with Lay Cool between Layla and Michelle McCool, where they, fought over the championship, and the next thing you know, it broke in half, and they each held half of the title. It's something that they really could do there. This match, this show is honestly stacked with tag matches. From each brand. SmackDown is going to be bringing the new American Alpha, which is Shelton Benjamin and Gable, going up against the Usos. And over on Monday Night Raw, you've got The Bar going up against Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. Both of those honestly should be really, really good matches. From there, because of the Women's Royal Rumble, there is no Women's Championship matches from either brand. I was thinking that Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt was going to be a match that was added here. Maybe because of the fact they're doing 2 Royal Rumbles that basically take about an hour each. Maybe that's going to be what fills up the pay-per-view, because I can't think of any other matches. SmackDown has the... hold on. I know that Rude won the title. So I was thinking that the SmackDown United States Championship was going to be taking place on here, but they already had Rude win the title on SmackDown. So I don't know if he's going to be having a championship match on the show, or if he's going to be involved in the Rumble. But I know this is one of the shows a lot like. I know this is one of the shows that is a lot like WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, where they do the extended pay-per-view preview show. The pre-show is what they call it. So I'm not sure what matches are going to be on there. I know that the big controversy that's going on right now is that basically one of the matches, the 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship match, was taken off the show. Basically, Enzo Amore was 100% scrubbed from what was going to be going down at the Royal Rumble. It was going to be Cedric Alexander going up against Enzo. My pick right then was going to be that Enzo was going to lose the championship. I'm a big fan of Cedric Alexander. I've seen this guy at Wrestle Reunion as well as WrestleCon, working the booth for High Spots. I bought some DVDs from him one time. I gave him some money and he actually helped me meet Tatanka 1 year. I think he even took the picture, and I asked him for a picture because he was blowing it up in Ring of Honor at the time, and he didn't even charge me for the picture. What a cool dude. He was the referee in the first $5 wrestling, maybe even the second $5 wrestling as well. He was just the referee for the show. But what a good dude, and I'm hoping that he brings home the title. It sucks what's going on with Enzo. I'm not a judge, a jury. I'm not the executioner. I don't know what happened that night in Phoenix. I don't know anything really about that story. So I don't know if he's guilty or innocent. It seems that right now online there's a big push that Enzo Amore might have had sex with this girl, but it was consensual at the time, and she's just trying to extort him for money and fame. So I don't know anything about that. All I know is that WWE let this guy go, and that basically the match isn't on the show. So we'll see if there's any more story to go along with that. But it's going to be a good Rumble. Let's talk about the rest of these matches.